Explorer, and I think it's more than just it's more than just Etherscan for multi-chain. I think they've also have this. They might have a visualization tool on top that stems.
Yep, they do.
That stems from I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't know. We're about to review this live and hopefully stream it. But so this visualization aspect also can provide, like, I think, real-time analytics over the topology and sick.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
We're gonna review it. Don't worry.
All right, great. Cheers.
I can confirm you're live, by the way.
Sick.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Wait.
We're gonna review it. Don't worry.
All right, great. Cheers.
I can confirm you're
Let's
live.
go. That's awesome. Sick.
Thanks a lot.
Don't worry.
Right. Sounds good. Thanks. Sounds good. Thanks. Sounds good. Thanks.
Right, everyone needs to mute their shit though. I know. Behind the scenes, it's good. I mean, people are already moaning that it dropped below 30, but that's hilarious to me because we were at 25 like 2 days ago or a day ago. Now everyone's like, "Oh, what? It dropped below 30." It's like, come on, guys.
What, are we below 30?
Bro, we are all going to be so rich.
Let's hope so, man.
All right, let me check again. Let me go on the stream again and see if they can hear me talk. Test.
The good news is US dollars. It's US dollars, not Australian dollars. So.
Yeah, shit. That's the thing I was talking to someone about, that like USD rates. But the good thing is you can always hedge out into like USDC or something if you want to cash out, and then like wait till the rates are better and then convert to Australia later.
Yeah, true. Depends when you pay tax on it, but it depends on each country.
So Moses, we actually went above. We touched $40 today on Uniswap. We actually went above $40.50. We touched $40 today on Uniswap. We actually went above $40.50. We touched $40 today on Uniswap. We actually.
All right, I think the stream's working. Can you guys see the stream? There's a chat in the stream.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right, cool.
I just muted the stream, of course, because otherwise it'll be echoing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, sweet. All right, I'm good to go, I think, Ghost. I think I'm good to go. I'll just make sure everyone can hear me and everyone else clearly. On the live stream. I guess I should probably post... I'll get the link up and post that in the lounge so people can see. We've got 35 people watching it, that's alright. Alright, you got it up. Swell.
Okay, so to make it clear,
if you're playing a video, that everyone just stays quiet until you pause the video, because otherwise, if we want to listen to it, we can't do both at the same time. If that makes sense.
Right.
So for everyone in the chat, whoever's in the Quamfy Lounge chat, we're going to be watching the videos live on YouTube. So the link's in the chat. If you want to watch it along with us, click the link and you can.
Yeah, I guess the good thing is if you just go on the YouTube, you don't have to be in the voice chat anyway because you hear it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're making it so easy for everyone, man.
All right. What are we doing? Ghost, hold my hand. Where are we going? What's happening? All right. First of all, I like the site. I like the colors. What's interesting? They mentioned tempo. I don't even know what that is.
Do we want to hold for 18 minutes, or do we want to start now, just to give people the fairness? If they are going to come slap bang on 10, they haven't missed this.
Is that when it was like planned or something?
It was, yes.
Yeah,
I had votes on it as well, so
We can just let's hold the recording for 18 minutes then.
Alright.
yeah,
I know we're
think,
live
I think
anyway,
it's
but-
good.
We could just shoot the shit for a bit.
I've been muted for the past like 5 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, tempo is the Radix consensus model.
Oh,
It's actually pretty similar. It's actually pretty similar to the map. Basically, the map specification. There's a lot of analogies between how it deals with multiple, I guess you could say, applications, and how it weaves them together. So I'm pretty curious to see how it would interact with Overledger.
dope.
I'm hearing some echo somewhere. I'm not sure where. Luke, say something.
Hello.
Okay. I don't know where I'm hearing that. So what do you want to do? So we're going to wait for 15 minutes, yeah? So we're going to wait around.
Yeah, 10 o'clock, UTC, bang on the nose. We will get this show on the road. There will be people joining at 10. There's more people joining now, so...
Yeah, that's fine. I succumb to the lockdown. I shaved my head. Yeah.
Out of choice or necessity because it was too long.
It was so long, and you know what it's like in the UK at the moment. We can't get our hair cut. There's no hairdressers open, so it was getting so long. It's the longest I've ever had my hair, and I thought, you know what, get it off. So it's all gone.
Yeah, it'll grow back, hopefully.
I hope so. Although I did notice that my hairline is a lot further back than I wanted it to be. That's scary.
Yeah, that happens when you get older.
Yeah, it sucks. But apart from that, Quant's doing nicely.
I'm trying to get the screen like a good...
Still the finest monkey. Thank you, Mosef. So if anyone's got any questions in the chat, just before doesn't have to be about crypto, it doesn't have to be about Quant. Just ask anything. Free for all. Do what you want.
Hey, Luke.
Good stuff.
Luke, when are you ready to start reviewing?
I think they're gonna wait until 10 o'clock or whatever. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't think we do need to necessarily, but I can wait.
Oh my god, I'm fiddling with this thing so much.
Don't worry about it, dude.
You're good, man. You're good. Don't worry about
Is there not like a fit to screen?
I don't know.
it. It looks good, man.
I don't know why there's like 3 different things on the screen. It's really weird. No, this is weird.
Just put it in the middle. You won't even notice it after a while.
Yeah, Agami, to address what you're asking, he's asking, what do you think Bitcoin's role in the Overledger network and the overall market in coming years will be? I think we're seeing a huge importance emerge, and it's not necessarily immediately appreciable because, like, everything's exploding right now. It's what you say alt season, but as Bitcoin gains in market cap, it will also gain in recognition in the traditional finance space. And so this means that it has more and more fundamental utility to not just in the crypto space, but also as Raoul Pal would say, where it's as a pristine collateral. It's very useful in that sense. And so we've actually seen in the past couple of weeks a lot of work being done on the Bitcoin smart contracts side of the Quant Network GitHub. So a lot of interesting cross-chain applications, I would think, there. we have yet to even see a real functional like Bitcoin DeFi movement emerge. For example, like there are some projects on Ethereum that are trying to do this. One I think is called Badger, but again, native Bitcoin DeFi applications have yet to truly emerge, and with Bitcoin-based smart contracts, then we can probably see something pretty interesting come out of here. You're still messing with the edges, Leak.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's annoying me so much.
We got a question in YouTube saying, "Do you consider Quant to be in the shadow of Polkadot?" That's not even what shadow, you know. Like a Quant's an overlay. You just need to build a Polkadot connector framework, and then you are you're in there. So there's no shadow. Polkadot is a single family of DLTs. Rather than the absolute center of interoperability. If anything,
Also,
Polkadot's like
Polkadot's
computer server.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Polkadot's also a blockchain on its own right, whereas Quant isn't.
Also, that's interesting. Actually, what do you think the first use case for Polkadot connecting to Quant could be?
Decentralized asset bridging.
Yeah, exactly. I think it depends on the projects, and obviously they're going to be on Polkadot.
There's a lot of synthetic asset bridges that are completely centralized, and if the bridge maintainer decided to exit scam because there's a lot of attention flowing towards whoever owns the bridges, then there's nothing preventing them from doing so. Quant and Overledger represent native chain, cross-chain interoperability, and cross-chain asset transfers. So the synthetic creation and locking of assets on requisite chains. Yeah, Rick, but you know, really the end all for ability. They're just like you can think of them as a blockchain family, and you know, like any family, it'll have its own network effect. But we're talking about a network of networks and a series of different consensus mechanisms, individual chains, legacy systems that all need to interoperate, and Overledger seems to be the most comprehensive solution available.
Does the stream look alright to you guys?
Yeah, it looks okay. It's clear. Yeah, and it's size right. Yeah, it's good.
Alright, swell.
Let's hit it, dude.
I think we're waiting.
There's no reason why you should.
Waiting a few
Why?
minutes.
Why? You don't need to.
Alright, we can. Well, what do you want to do? Let's go. What do you want to do?
It's being recorded. Yeah, okay, it's fine. No, it's just being recorded. I promised people 10 o'clock, but it is recorded. People can obviously catch up. So yeah, okay, let's make a start. Let's make a start.
We're 20 minutes after when we usually talk, so.
Alright, so should we do let's make it a little bit structured. Ghost, do you want to lead it? As in you point us where to go? That way we've got a little bit of structure to this. We're not just jumping over that. Alright, well first of all, everyone, welcome to the chat, obviously. Welcome to the stream. If there's any bugs or glitches or anything, let me know. We're just working out the kinks. Obviously, Quant last night did their rebrand, new site, new content, and all that good stuff last night. So we're just going to quickly flick through some of the stuff and check it out. Probably won't have time to go through absolutely everything because obviously it'll probably take a little bit. But we just watched the video before. Should we watch it again? I don't know. I feel like maybe we should watch it again.
I don't think we need to.
All right.
I don't think we need to.
Well, should we
but-
watch the Seek one then?
I think the Seek one would be cool. I haven't even seen that one yet.
Okay, cool. I haven't seen that either. So first of all, I like the new color scheme on this site. The orange and the grey and black looks nice. I like it. All right, Seek makes the analysis of multi-DLT transactions.
See how it works. Okay, well, we can read this aloud. Seek makes the analysis of multi-DLT transaction patterns easy for tax authorities, regulatory bodies, and other agencies. It can be used to simplify self-declarations, enforcement, or CTF. I don't know what that is. Operations. Seek uses Overledger to compile a full transaction history from all in-scope DLTs, typically Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, but many others are supported. These histories are unspooled into a cloud-based graph database for use by front-end Seek applications such as Seek Explorer, a web-based analysis, visualization, and case management tool designed to be integrated into existing workflows. Seek is available to Overledger customers as an optional module and is integrated with Overledger.
Nice.
That's crazy. So we're seeing the emergence of real-time RegTech over all DLTs.
I was gonna say it reminds me of the supervisory node that we used to talk about, Ghost.
Yep.
The BIS.
Don't you remember the SEC requesting some kind of vendor providing this kind of tool?
Yeah.
Across multiple DLTs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't Gilbert mention that there was a government using Seek already?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like the SEC is already using this tech. Pay your taxes, guys. Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say HMRC are actually hiring for something very much related to this.
Yeah, Gilbert's pretty involved with the UK government, I would say. So it's probably likely. Could also be one of the contracts that they won last year or whatever.
I found it. SEC looking to buy a blockchain forensics tool that analyzes smart contracts. I'll link it in chat.
Right, I'm gonna play the video.
And let's watch it.
Can't be here forever. I'll go full screen. Full screen, baby.
Seek is an innovative multi-DLT search and analysis tool created by Quant and developed and designed for tax authorities and other regulatory bodies. Seek unlocks the insights needed for an advanced analysis of cryptocurrency transactions, even for those who may not be experts in the cryptocurrency field. This video will now show you some of its key features. Users of Seek have multiple ways in which they may perform a search. They may search for a specific transaction ID or address. They may search different DLTs, and they may search from date range, selecting a from date and a to date, as well as the time periods, and also, should it be required, the value of the Bitcoin, will return multiple results. As you can see, over 300,000 results have been returned for a 2-day period. Clicking on each and any of these lines will show you the breakdown of the transaction in more detail.
This is cool.
You can see the hash or the unique transaction ID, the total amount, as well as the addresses that it has come from and to. Viewing in a table is not the only way in which this may be done. You may visualize in a graphical form. As you can see, this transaction has had 2 inputs and 2 outputs.
This is sick.
Should a user wish to interrogate either of these inputs or outputs in more detail, they may do so. Clicking on any of the nodes,
I'm wondering whether or not
about
Simba Chain helped
clicking on the
make this
address
happen.
will either allow you to copy, or clicking directly on the address will take you back to the search with the search bar populated. Searching for the address will give you all of the information and transactions for that address. As we can see, this address has got over 4,000 transactions associated with it, some of which have multiple inputs and outputs of their own.
That's awesome.
Should a user be interested in analysing these further, they may select multiples.
Wait, what?
And create a
don't
new
dox me
analysis
now.
with which to store these.
Yeah, I think PRQ does do this parsec.
Transactions can be added to existing analysis also.
But I don't know if they are as extensive.
And can be found under the analysis section of the platform.
And they're mainly one way, so they pull
Clicking
data.
into the case or the analysis will bring up all records stored for that analysis. Again, from here, you may visualize the transactions. Multiple types of visualizations capture the multiple types of transaction with multiple inputs and multiple outputs.
This looks
on the
just
analysis
like
screen.
Explorer.
Users may, if they wish, select the transactions.
This is exactly the same.
For exporting for further analysis. Exported data may be uploaded into systems of their own for further analysis and interrogation. As you can see, Seek allows for the interrogation, analysis and search of data in multiple ways, saving time and effort for analysts of any tax authority or regulatory body.
I like that. I like that a lot. That was cool. If we're gonna get videos like that for like different use cases and stuff, it's gonna be really dope. Looks like they've got. All right, where should we go? We'll go back to this. We'll go back to the home page. Leading connectivity. Discover Overledger. Let's see. Overledger Enterprises drive efficiencies and realize growth with DLT interoperability. World's first DLT gateway for business. See, this is cool as this is on their back end. Ghost, you see this?
Mm-hmm. I actually linked that in. I linked that in the lounge.
I'd love to get on that. All right, where should we go next? I guess we're on Overledger Enterprise. We go to the next one. Overledger Network Enterprise. One API to many businesses and public DLT-based networks, and in the future other ODAP. Oh, cool. ODAP compliant gateways. Do you see live market on right top? Nope. I feel like someone should talk to me. I feel like is anyone here? Am I still here?
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah, you're all here.
Alright.
So here comes a lot of the security talk there from obviously Gil's background and experience playing into this quite nicely. So we're talking about obviously TLS connectivity, all the good stuff that your cybersecurity should have there. You've got OAuth for authentication, which is good. Yeah, it's all the right stuff. Access, space control, looking good.
The provider of that authentication apparently is on Fido.
That's the same one doing the KYCs, I think, for the gateway.
I'm really curious about this one right here.
Okay.
Sharing DLT assets with trusted network members. Independent DLT node operators can connect to Quant's Overledger instance and are paid for access to their services in the same way as Overledger customers. So this basically means that Quant has this centralized Overledger master gateway, I guess, that helps provide. I guess you could say it's like a more trusted third party style instance rather than the decentralized peer to peer network that the Overledger community, Overledger network community is going to be.
Quarter quorum DLTs, connectivity to EBSI and LACC chain. Ooh, Ghost. Wow, we could go on a spiel there, mate.
Yeah. So, do you want to cover that or?
Yeah, so EBSI is the European Blockchain Service Infrastructure. Did I get it right?
Yep.
So basically,
you got it.
The entire of the EU is looking to build one big, what would you call it, like cooperative framework for European blockchain applications. And so obviously, I assume like a digital euro and things like that's going to be running on something like this. I assume CEO would probably be plugging into this framework as well. Now,
Education credentials is another one.
Yeah. LAC chain, that's the Latin America one? Oh, yes.
It's LAC stands for Latin America and Caribbean.
Yeah. And they're the ones that they're doing a CBDC trials as well, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
So LAC chain's pretty interesting. Their heritage actually comes from, coincidentally enough, Alastria, because they're running the same. Basically, it's the same. It's a fork of Alastria, which is the Spain's national blockchain infrastructure, which is a subset of the EBSI. So we're seeing that multiple nations are establishing precedents of national blockchain critical infrastructure that validates, computes, and stores all the information that you need for such a network. And LAC chain is, I think it's pushed again by JP Morgan and Consensus, and they've been claiming to be interoperable for a long time. So I would not be surprised if they've already adopted Overledger.
What's ESG? By extending the scope of Quant's cross-DLT technology globally, the value of DLT...
Energy service grids, or
wouldn't
would that be?
Why would they write energy trading next then?
Yeah.
Environmental, social, and corporate governance.
Yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, it's a framework.
Cool. Also, our Zoom share screen is going to drop in a sec. Do you guys just want to watch the live, or do you want me to get it back up?
Let's do it back up. It's better this way.
I got an interesting comment from the guy at SIA. I think we've all seen that before.
You'd love to see it. You love to see it.
You love to see it. All right. All right, let me pull this thing up then. We'll get Zoom going when that cuts out. Alright, Overledger Community Network on the network next generation multi-DLT networks. I'll send you guys a new meeting now.
There's a couple tidbits in here we're gonna have a lot of fun with, Luke. It's gonna be awesome.
Alright, I sent you the Zoom. Alright, Overledger is an API gateway for distributed ledgers. It allows customers to hugely increase the return on their investments in distributed ledger technologies by breaking down silos. Overledger Network is an open business network of DLT networks connected by gateways, and in future other ODAP compliant gateways to the rest of the world as a REST API. Cost-effective DLT native network aimed at the wider DLT community. It runs alongside Overledger Network, is fully hosted and managed by Quant, supporting community plans for both developers and remote connected gateways. Testbed for new innovative features. It's pretty dope. Look at this. I love these images.
Go ahead and share a screen, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, what do you want to go through?
Yeah. There's a lot to review here. I'm curious how they're going to proceed with connector framework onboarding. I think there's probably going to be some, like, a series of like submission, review, acceptance. Whereas like if you're running a connector framework that's not like officially sanctioned by the Quant network, then it's more risky. Like they'll probably allow it, but not be as the assurance would be less robust.
Right. Yeah, they said that they have like a quality assurance framework when it goes through. Alright.
So rewards, people pay in QNT. Obviously, you stake in order to get higher in the hierarchy of QNT gateway of Overledger network gateways. It seems that like this is for not really for permissioned gateway operations. This is more their permissionless sphere.
Right.
I mean, as it should be. I mean, permissionless spheres, open access to all resources of the sphere,
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And they apparently have some advanced routing algorithm across all remote connector gateways. I would venture to say this is DGP, meaning the instead of border gateway protocol, this would be the distributed gateway protocol, where all the different assets and resources of all these networks are assigned hashes, and you can route across different pathways to and fro different sub networks, or in this case, blockchains, and that's pretty interesting. And apparently it also grades performance, reliability, and staking of the gateway. So this is involved with like QNT lockups and reputations of each gateway. So that's interesting.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
How to become a member? Pretty straightforward. All right. Seek. All right, we already saw Seek, didn't we? We just checked. We didn't miss anything. All right, cool. Use cases. I wonder if there's anything new here. So facilitating a global ecosystem for digital assets.
So yeah, of course they start in the ISO standards, addressing interoperability, and now, as we also know, they're doing this through the IETF and through ODAP and through DGP, with MIT, which Gilbert just said they talk weekly with. It's funny. I'm gonna have an article I release about the power and the history of tokenization. So stay tuned for that. I think we'll get a treat. There's something really unique. It's not just a meme. Tokenization is distinctly different. Well, but also an evolution of securitization too. So stay tuned. Let's go back. Let's go to a different use case.
Right.
So open access to CBDCs. So they're saying, what are CBDCs? What's the benefit? Go ahead, Luke.
I was going to say, I feel like this is going to be like a big use case for like exchange gateways and stuff like that, because let's say you've got CBDCs running on like private permission DLTs or whatever. They can bridge across like seamlessly into like exchange gateways, and then those assets can be like deposited and swapped without having to or each exchange having to run up like a CBDC framework or infrastructure or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what they say here. It gives business liquidity, for example, to use and trade CBDCs instead of relying on cash reserves, and allows commercial banks to use CBDs for deferred net settlement accounts. I just saw someone mentioned in the chat that there's no mention of interchange. Gilbert told us that they're going to be doing like releasing more content and updating the site as it progresses and expands. So hopefully we get to see more of that, as well as along with more videos and use cases and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. So yeah, this is exactly what we were just talking about. Furthermore, I mean, this is for banks and stuff. For global banks dealing with various central banks, this represents a new challenge. Is the digital assets that power the CBDCs are siloed. Unless all participants are on the same DLT network, transacting is impossible. Unless that is, the DLTs are interoperable. There's the gateway. Sweet. What was the other one? Potential stablecoin for a central commercial bank. Now this is interesting because I feel like this narrative kind of died off a little bit. Like this was kind of a big thing when like JP Morgan coin came out. And then I think even like Citi or something said they were going to do one, or maybe it was Wells Fargo. And now it's kind of like, it seems like it's moved to central bank digital currencies as opposed to.
It'll be both. You can think of like JP Morgan coin and Citi coin, at least initially, as like colored coins of a central bank digital currency, which is issued from their federated node system. So, like almost like a layer 2 of the layer 1 that the central banks want to be the source of. And by the way, this is a complete restructuring of the global financial system, where essentially all new money creation directly comes from the central bank, instead of by loans by this layer 2 network. But we definitely could see money creation still come from this layer 2 per se, which the central bank validates in more real time. So it's interesting to see where this goes. Let's go back, Luke. I think this use case page is a little bit underdeveloped, so we can breeze through this. There are two memes in particular that I think you're going to get a kick out of.
All right, where am I headed? Where am I going?
Go back. Let's go finish this up. Go back.
Back to where?
Go down. There's one more use case. There's one more use case.
Or is it somewhere else? This is the one you're talking about?
Oh, okay. Let's just stay here. Okay. Check this out. Multi-ledger tokens.
MLT, minting multi-DLT stablecoins from fiat funds. Who is it for? Central banks, fintechs, trading consortia, closed-loop payments, marketplaces, and micropayment platforms. This is cool. I haven't read any of this yet, guys. I literally... Funds are held in escrow with a FI. Tokens to the same value to issue.
Financial institution.
These funds can be used on any DLT or mixture of DLTs, public or private, and quant-parted multi-ledger token technology is applied. This ensures that wherever the tokens are used, changes of ownership are recorded on the original DLT and a clear audible... Whoa, this is cool, Ghost.
I told you. Cool.
The nature of MLT means that the tokens are open and can be used on new and different DLTs as they emerge or as use cases grow. So it's kind of like it's almost like the token leaves the initial private DLT it was on, enters the Overledger network, is kind of like almost like an off-chain payment token, but every transaction is then pre-recorded via the network back onto the private DLT so that there's a record. Yeah. The layer 1 for this instance is the private DLT, and the layer 2s are the requisite chains that it's interoperable with. So look at the examples. The quant solution implements the IMF's semi-decentralized model for central bank digital currency. So we're seeing that Overledger is compliant with an IMF implementation of a CBDC standard. This enables simple and flexible implementation of synthetic CBDC and can be used by banks as a more flexible type of stablecoin. Now, what does this mean? Again, synthetic CBDCs, those are basically that layer 2 or colored coin implementation of a CBDC that is held in escrow. Thanks. Thanks. So by basically what this enables is someone like, and I'm going to go this way, someone like Center, which is a USDC. They have their stablecoin issuer, can run this private. They already have a consortium, and so what they would do is they would convert this consortium into a private permission DLT, which then has this Overledger overlay that they can issue
from their DLT onto any DLT they wish, from the private DLT onto any public or otherwise DLT that they wish, track it, and be regulatory compliant all the way through. So there's universal interoperability and regulatory compliance all at the same time. It's extremely powerful.
Whoa.
Extremely powerful.
This is cool. This is really cool. So it's almost like wrapped. This is almost like wrapped tokens, but the tokens sit on all DLTs, and then it's prescribed back to the issuer's DLT as a record, as the ledger.
With a decentralized cross-chain validation instead of centralized. It's really powerful.
This is dope.
Yeah, that is seriously dope. No, that was a really good explanation there, Luke. That was my kind of thinking as well. That is seriously dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. What was that giggle? Oh, that's good. All right, end-to-end DLT access. Companies and consortia connecting to more than one DLT. This is pretty obvious. Examples include supply chains, payment platforms, and DeFi companies. How does it work? Overledger integrates with all DLTs involved in the business process. In the case of supply chains, for example, different DLTs might be used for procurement, logistics, provenance, customs, and payments, and these DLTs cannot communicate with each other. The problem is eliminated. A single API enables fast, easy development of applications that use all DLTs simultaneously using standard development tools. Examples, cross-border supply chains. The cross-border thing seems to be like a big focus. You know, it seems to come up in like almost all the snippets.
Trade trust.
Yeah. Cryptocurrency payments. I guess that's pretty sure. That's pretty basic and obvious. Oh, this is cool. And collection processes such as crowdfunding. So you could do like an ICO over it. Look at this. All you need to do is define a target amount, and Overledger configures each DLT to receive payments. When the target is reached, Overledger can automatically push the funds to an exchange view to be converted into fiat currency.
This is interchange.
Yeah,
they're making interchange less into a product and more into a
base feature,
like a primitive. Yeah.
Yeah, base layer feature. This is cool. So the same applies in reverse. Overledger allows them to be paid in the cryptocurrency of their choice on the DLT of their choice. This is cool.
Dude, imagine if Visa used this.
Mm.
They hinted as much, by the way, in the recent investor relations call, where they're hinting that, you know, we already deal with 160 currencies in the world and exchange among each other via our credit card network. Why can't we do that for cryptocurrency? Right. And when you automated it with like a technology like Overledger, you do so at scale, cheap, and like they said, future-proof.
This is cool.
This is powerful, dude. This is powerful as hell. Overledger for Ethereum, Overledger for Ripple, Bitcoin.
Right.
Wait, no. Let's review it.
I just want to. There's a question in the chat. I just want to answer on the YouTubes. So, Stress Killer, welcome. It seems like you're new to Quant. He asks, can you please try to summarize the current token utility of QNT? Sure. If you go on my channel, there's actually a full breakdown, Ghost and I did, where we like look at numbers and compare different other projects and supplies and different things like that. But essentially, the token is pretty much any enterprise, client, customer, or user that wants to use the network has to pay licenses and fees that are all converted to QNT and locked up for the license period. So any bank or any central bank or anyone who wants to use the network has to take QNT licensing tokens out of supply and use that as verification for their access into the ecosystem. The token is also used for the layer 2 payment system and payment channels on the Overledger network, so that helps to pay out developers and gateway operators. And so gateway operators can stake QNT collateral and like boost throughput on their gateways in the Overledger network, and then like the QNT is rewarded and you can monetize and sell your data on the network. So pretty much there's a pretty cool graphic summary as well that I could probably try and pull up. But basically, if you want to use Overledger or the product, you need the token. And the more people that use it and the more tokens are taken out of supply, pretty much. All right, guys, so back to you, mate.
So, yeah, just I want to mention briefly, that the utility of we got a further perspective into the utility of the network today as well. There's a future little tidbit where so we have the Overledger network and the Overledger network for the community, and the Overledger network for the community is where staking of QNT happens, all revenues happen in QNT, and all payments for services happen in QNT. And you'll see a slide over here which says that on the other hand, the Overledger network, which is the more enterprise focused one, that will it'll settle in fiat. But as we saw above, if you could scroll up a little bit, Luke, for this cryptocurrency payments, it would be it's not like it's not using QNT, because all the licensing fees and all the actual revenues are run through QNT, because QNT is a revenue token, utility token, but they are automatically settled from QNT into whatever kind of fiat they have. So in essence, what this you have this two-tiered model. So one with high velocity for these utilities, and then a low velocity community-oriented version where the hierarchy of gateways is determined by the routing algorithm and the reputation of said gateways. So it's not like the Overledger enterprise, the network that's just more enterprise focused won't use QNT. It'll just be more like how Ripple's on-demand liquidity model was supposed to work.
It's basically what we always knew with the Treasury, where the Treasury handled all tokenized payments on the back end and just used fiat on the front end. Whereas on the community version, because most people in the community network are going to be people like us, we want a QNT denominated marketplace, which I think is cool.
Well, I would be very curious to see how the Overledger network community would represent itself in the Overledger network enterprise, and I wonder if there would be people that can straddle both worlds. You know,
that would be cool.
That would be interesting.
All right.
So we have Overledger for Ethereum, Overledger for Ripple, and Overledger for Bitcoin. Now, I think Bitcoin is the most interesting one. I guess it's just it's just reviews. Yeah, not much content here. Let's keep going. And then Corda, Fabric. And
Bisu. Do you want to give us a bit of a...
Yeah, so Bisu is essentially like permission version of Ethereum that was submitted to Hyperledger. They are merging it with Hyperledger Quorum, and which makes sense because Bisu is submitted by Consensus, and then Consensus bought the branch of they bought Quorum from JP Morgan.
Right.
With by the way, JP Morgan buying into Consensus. So JP Morgan's still there, but they basically offloaded maintenance of this DLT framework to Consensus. Pretty interesting.
Hey, Ghost, is that what they're talking about for the multi-chain Lightning networks?
What do you mean exactly? Say more.
Well, Gil brought up that they're going to be running multi-chain Lightning networks, so them incorporating Bitcoin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, a network of networks means you can have access to all of these chains natively with the added functionality of Overledger Network, and these layer 2 payment channels. So you can get the features of Bitcoin as pristine collateral and have those access to whatever member of the Overledger network is here. And that's really powerful. I mean, it allows, like, let's say Fidelity runs an Overledger network node and is connected. They can buy Bitcoin off the market and with whatever kind of fiat currency or whatever other asset they wish, all that settlement would happen automatically at the best price possible, and they can settle natively to where they can maintain custodianship without necessarily going through even Coinbase or Kraken. You're not dependent on any one exchange. You have a decentralized access to digital assets, hence the open digital asset protocol that Quant is developing with the IETF. So it's just such a it's such a different way of looking at this digital asset space that no one is used to, and we're still somewhat working with a legacy framework for dealing with these assets and the custodianship of such. And so with Overledger, with ODAP, with ISO TC307 and these standards, we'll be converting towards the Internet of Trust, the Internet 3.0 as we know it. So really cool stuff.
Sweet. Should we move along?
Yeah, man, let's go.
This is just a frequently asked question. I think it's the same as what was on the old site. Although they've got this is new, I think.
Okay, so remote connector gateway would be a gateway that they do not run.
Yeah.
I think that's what that means.
Cool.
So you can see services like the Graph, API 3, Chainlink, all selling data to other chains and other gateways via this sort of ecosystem. That's going to be pretty powerful.
This is pretty cool. Overledger DLT Gateway allows for the creation of MDApps which can read write on many distributed ledgers simultaneously and deploy the unique benefits and features sets of DLT platforms to deliver hyper-decentralized possibilities. This is reinforced by multi-chain smart contracts. Further, Overledger DLT Gateway does not store information. It is an abstraction platform which orchestrates the interactions between the various ledgers. All information is also encrypted at source, so Quant cannot access any data flowing through the system. This has allowed Quant to design and develop Overledger Network.
It's so cool.
Dope. It is so cool, isn't it? I think most of this we've all seen before.
Go to what are MDApps. Go to what are MDApps. MDApps expand the scope of decentralized applications beyond interaction with a single ledger and allow the users to benefit from simultaneous use of multiple ledgers. So you could see something like Balancer written as an MDApp, where it can provide AMM services for native Ethereum assets, but all the computation could be done off-chain. And it could be done in a securely auditable way that really, as Gilbert said, I think up to 93% cheapens the gas fee. So,
Dope.
Yeah, powerful stuff.
Alright, let's go to developers. Dun, 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 dun.
Try find out more. Okay, so yeah, they're referring to the Overledger network community as a remote connector gateway.
Yeah, so basically that means permissionless. It's pretty much permissionless chains because obviously you can't run permissioned or private DLTs. You know what I'm saying? Rewarded for access to resources and Q&T tokens. That's cool. Obviously we need that. So was there an update for the actual network? I see people talking about there's an update for the network. Where is that? Where am I looking? Maybe it's here. Oh yeah, this is what I was looking for. Release 1.5 mainnet interoperability.
Yeah, this is the this is where it gets real. one new feature of the developer portal UI is an environment selector, allowing for a seamless switch between test and production environment views. And they have automated. Oh yeah, that the fact that they automated KYC account activation is pretty cool. I think this is where they mentioned Onfido as a. Oh no, they don't. I don't know, but the Onfido is their KYC partner. So. Let's scroll down a bit.
Okay. I was just looking at this, the 1.5. Here we go. I've also updated the user flow so that wallets are mandatory in preparation for the next release of Overledger Community Network. Someone's got. I'm gonna have to mute. Someone's got. I don't know who's. I can hear like waves or something. Ghost. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but it's not me. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It might be Quentin Tarantino. He's bringing the vibes, bringing the Quamfy vibes.
All right. I haven't looked at this. Let's have a look at this. Nope.
Yep, it was Quentin. It's chill.
Is it still down?
I actually was digging it. No worries, man. But it's cool. Let's see. Yeah. So there's one part I wanted to point out. Yeah. So. We're taking lessons of the scale testing in the Overledger for the next release, which is later in the spring of 2021. This is what allows us to run remote connector gateways with our own nodes. So, and also, like, there will be an ability. It's not such that there's a complete separation between the classic Overledger network and the Overledger network community. I am fully convinced that there will be an ability for the Overledger network to source data from the Overledger network community as they see fit, not natively, but like if there is an instance where they need a decentralized data feed, they can just pull it from us, you know.
Right.
So I think that will be a nice little revenue stream, especially as like permissionless chains grow, develop, and become more intricate, like Avalanche, which is going to have like thousands of individual DLTs, and by which Avalanche could definitely use a DGP layer 2 routing module. So like there's going to be so much utility in this ecosystem. It's going to be really fun.
Dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We looked at our technology. We looked at our solutions, I believe. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Enterprise, I think we've looked at that as well. Oh, no. Have I seen this? I don't think I've seen this.
Wait, go to that quote by Gartner. So, Gartner 2020, for blockchain to become mainstream, the blockchain's backend system interfaces and utilities should matter to developers and users. Just like the internet's DNS or TCP/IP protocols don't matter to web users. All web users care about is their web-based applications. All blockchain users need to care about is their decentralized applications.
That's pivotal.
Yeah, man.
That's where BAS comes into it, blockchain as a service.
Yeah. I saw something.
This is
like,
cheeky. Look at this. The ideal solution for the future. All developers utilize single mainstream language, upgrading or changing DLT types, integration between DLTs and API-based systems, individual DLT projects to integrate with each other, the creation of applications from different sources, and the establishment of consortia. And then it's like Overledger, the future is already here. I like that. Yeah, they've got DLT as a service providers here. Delta.
It should be Deltas. What about just DAS? DAS. No, DAS would be better. It's okay. I really
DAS is already taken for desktop as a service.
Really? Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was just about to say, I really think that an interesting. Is anyone here familiar with Solid by Tim Berners-Lee? You guys know what that is?
I don't know.
You guys know who Tim Berners-Lee is, right?
No.
Yeah, he co-created the internet, right? The World Wide Web, to be more precise.
Yeah, the World Wide Web in particular. He's been on a tear about personal data sovereignty, not necessarily self-sovereign identity, but more so like data ownership. And he built this like JavaScript module called Solid. And so I would think that there might be a really, like, for example, if you combine Solid, which is a personal data store, with Overledger, you could have a situation where on demand with other Solid members could create a permission consortia of your own making where you are a data cooperative and you can manage and sell your data collectively through the Overledger network at scale and securely. I really look forward to see like publicly available private consortia creation as a tool for this upcoming Internet of Trust. You follow what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like that's and then having that data as an asset, that the right on basically an annuity to that data tracked across multiple DLTs, that could be pretty powerful.
Sweet.
We have I think we have 349 people listening to us right now.
Really? How do you see that?
Oh, was that 10 o'clock hitting? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for listening in.
Yeah.
It's really just a pleasure to even participate in this community. You know, everyone here is so knowledgeable, and everyone brings something unique to the table. So really appreciate everyone listening.
I really like this orange and this white and these colors. I really like it. Just wanted to say. Is there anything else you want to look at on the website, or should we see if people have questions or anything? What do you think, Ghost?
Let's check the videos.
We already watched them.
Go to resources and go to videos. I know, but see if that page is different. Yeah, see?
What's up?
This is going to be interesting. Like, these are all thumbnails I'm completely unfamiliar with. Like, they've all redone them with the new logo.
They
and
made them for the...
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was classic.
Oh, yeah. Wait, didn't have the Cardano rep where he's like this big old jolly fat guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. He was awesome. He was the guy who also introduced Gilbert on stage, right? For the what was it? Where he was like presenting to like everyone, like hundreds of people. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Just him on that stage. The first like really public speech he gave. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You got to know what I'm talking about.
I think I'm know what I'm talking
Come on.
about.
One thing I will say, talking about stages, is we've been on now live doing this for 45 minutes. We've covered a lot of topics here. I'm just hoping that the Binance... I cut out. Sorry, the whole thing cut out there. Sorry, the Binance keeps cutting out. Sorry.
You're fine for us, dude.
Yeah, it seems fine for me.
Can you hear us?
I can, yeah. It just kept coming in and out for a second. Sorry, but obviously you got. Sorry,
Dr. Fielder, you're coming in clear.
Yeah, coming in clear. Cool. Sorry about that. Yeah. So obviously we got the Binance event coming up. Obviously, Dr. Luke Riley's playing a part to that, and the fact we've managed to fit in 45 minutes so far and covered all of this, I'm really looking forward to see what comes out of that, because that'll be the first public event where obviously Quant's going to be, and we should. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be good.
should be awesome.
Yeah, I really look forward to seeing how Luke struts his stuff. Because he's going to be supported. It's home front for him because he has his like old professor, I think, from King's College London.
Yeah, I saw that.
On the panel with him.
Yeah, I saw that.
Indeed. Yeah.
Cool. So do we think we should just see if anyone's got any questions?
Yeah, I'm just there's so much ahead of us in the next couple months. We've got a lot of great news ahead of us. So just stay Quamfy, stay patient, and I think the world will come to us. But yeah, let's open it up for questions if anyone has any.
Should we open up the Quamfy lounge room? I guess it's open anyway. People can talk to us if they wanted to. I still think it's funny. I think it's kind of funny how we're at such like a strong place on the market wise, you know, like $30 or whatever, and we've still got such small amount of token holders and exposure and like liquidity. Like once we get on like one of these bigger exchanges or something like that, right? You know, like Chainlink or something like that is putting on like 3,000 to 5,000 holders a day. Like we've only got 13,000, you know, and the supply is not going to increase with listings or anything like that. Like it's same supply and just like 10 times more people fighting over it. Like it's just going to be
it's insane.
ridiculous. Yeah.
We might. I think someone here said that we have the lowest liquidity on the top 100. When you combine that with the lack of holders and the exposure we're about to get is just going to be nuts. But Quantum Tarantino, you're perfectly fine, man. It's all good. Having an open mic session makes it for a more fun experience, you know, if whoever wants to jump on. So no worries, man.
Someone asked, does Seek utility affect token lockup, if at all, or is it a completely separate entity from Overledger OS? That's a good question.
No, those are integrated for sure.
Yeah, I think they were saying that it's like an additional feature to Overledger, pretty much. So it's
just like interchange was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did $5 million worth of volume on Uniswap today, and $1.2 million worth on Bittrex. It's pretty good. Even IDEX. Wow, look at that, mate.
Is 5K a small bag? I don't know. Oh no.
Can you elaborate on the future collaboration with Alliance Block? Ghost and I actually really wanted to get the CEO Rashid on the channel for an interview similar to what we did with Simbachain. So hopefully that happens in the near future. But basically,
right time and place.
Yeah. But basically, Alliance Block uses Quant's Overledger as an interoperability and transaction pusher, pretty much. So their platform, when they want to communicate with DLTs and different blockchain platforms and stuff like that, it flows through Overledger. It's pretty much it. I think pretty much covers it.
Yeah, I mean, like let's review also Seek. Seek provides a regulatory compliant perspective for all the DLTs that you connect, and it's interesting because Alliance Block has a very similar module, and it's built on Overledger. So I would suspect that they are going to leverage this feature and have the ability to represent securities on any tokenized securities on any chain, really. So some really interesting stuff. Like you can have, like, I guess, crowd sales. Like what was it? Kickstarter, right? You can have a digital Kickstarter that's all hosted, decentralized on chain, and interoperable across multiple chains, and have automatic KYC and the regulatory compliance, so you don't have to worry about any of that, and it happens just on the back end. So really powerful stuff.
I was just looking at the IDEX. IDEX volume, the top one is us at almost 500 ETH. And then the next one is like 38 ETH. And then after that, it's 13 ETH. Like, it's pretty much literally we're the only thing trading on IDEX right now, pretty much.
How thick is our order book?
It's not that thick. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, I suppose.
I feel so bad for IDEX. They've gotten completely blown over by Uniswap.
They really have. It's a brutal world.
Yeah, Quantity, that's a large amount historically for us on IDEX, but right now Uniswap is 3 million plus. I think it's 5 million? I'm just guessing. I don't have any idea.
Someone asked in the chat, another Luke, do you have...
Yeah, Uniswap's almost 5 million.
Do you have Q2 price predictions just for fun? Shit. Q2, so that's end of June, so that's a good 5 months away. I honestly think we could be above $100 by then, easily.
So much can happen in 5 months.
And Gilbert says he got things planned for the next 2 quarters as well. And so new releases
every month.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll probably get some good news in the markets, good news, and maybe some listings. Zensex is coming up as well. They'll list us. It'll be good.
Well, I got some good news because in the beginning of February it's Monday.
Yeah. New news cycle. Let's go.
There you go. Exactly. We may even get something at the blockchain panel. Who knows?
I think there's always little tidbits they like to drop at these public panels. So great to hear from it. I really want to. I think Luke, we might want to before Alliance Block, we might actually want to ping Simba Chain for an update because they were due for something regarding Overledger last year, and we haven't heard anything from them. So, and they've been totally busy, but still, they're supposed to be really integrating Overledger pretty deeply. So.
We were talking about we reckon there's a 6-month update, didn't we? And then a 12-month kind of outcome from it.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
From Simba, remember we were talking the other night, probably coming at the beginning of this week, last week, and we were saying that for a project of that scale, it'll probably be a 12-month kind of project, and they would obviously be giving updates probably 6 months, 12 months into it.
Oh, okay. You mean integration wise?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's that graphical representation of Seek is pretty. It reminds me a lot of the GraphQL method of Simba Chain. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're part of that.
Any more questions?
We really do. Oh, wait, one more thing, Luke. Yeah. One more thing, Luke. We definitely need to reach out to crowds.
Yeah, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or try and chase up a contact or something.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. Wait, couldn't we use oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. Our favorite Barclays boy. In the council. What's his name again? Chris. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, if you're listening, Chris, if you could help hook us up with just a discussion with Payson Johnson, I think is his name, then that'd be amazing. Thank you, V. I appreciate that.
So, guys, what are our thoughts on? I see people asking about the Overledger mainnet and stuff like that. Do we think? In my opinion, yeah. I still don't think the Overledger network is. It's not fully.
Well, the Overledger network for enterprise, I think, is live, but not the community one.
So, what do you think about wallets and tokens and stuff? I don't think the payment channels are live or anything like that. So we're probably not going to see. I think that's the next one where it says wallets are mandatory in preparation for the next release of the network. But we can maybe ask Gilbert. We can chase him up, see what he says. Yeah, do we have any more questions? What do you reckon?
I see something from Ultra Quamfy. He's saying, I'm stuck at a little bridge here. and he's saying regarding MLT, is this describing an additional stablecoin token to the overledger as like a dual token kind of approach? MLT is not obviously not QNT because it doesn't represent stable value. Yeah, ultra Quamfy. So basically, MLT is a structural means of providing interoperability between multiple chains, a synthetic CBDC or stablecoin, and the provider who's providing the collateral for the introduction of that coin. Now, it's not necessarily QNT, but it could be QNT. I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but that's not the point here. The point is that QNT is the utility that functions as the gas of that engine. So anyone who wanted to run this type of module, whether it be like a Visa, like a MasterCard, like a Circle Consortia, or Coinbase, or whatever other exchange, or even central banks, they would still need to pay in QNT in order to operate that within the Overledger network. So that's how that works.
Yeah, like the way I see it, don't read into like. Let me pull it up again so we know we're talking. Don't read into like the multi-ledger token as like think like an actual like literal token. It's a representation, so it's like wrapped. So for example, like the tokens, it's like they're like picking it up from like the base chain. So let's use an actual example. Let's say like 6 or SDX or whatever has like a tokenized stock or a tokenized CBDC or something like that on an internal private permission DLT, right? So they're running the infrastructure for that. They can then port that token and represent it and settle it with other payments systems. So on Bitcoin, Ethereum, with Bitcoin and Ethereum against that. And this system here can reconcile those payments back onto the base chain infrastructure that 6 is running, is how I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Someone was asking, I think some people are wondering, Luke, about staking pools and how that may work. Essentially, it's like, it would be like link pool. So essentially...
so link pool is not officially with Chainlink.
Right.
Someone could build something like link pool on Quant, but I think Dr. Luke was referring to potentially discussing what pooling QNT could look like on the Overledger network community side. So that very well may come alongside the release of this. So you've yet to see.
Right, but basically, anyone's welcome to set up like gateways and stuff like that, and then people can obviously provide collateral towards that pool, and then the gateway would pay out like a share of the rewards for that traffic proportionally, I guess, pretty much. It's kind of like a Uniswap pool, I suppose.
Now, mind you, you won't get as much yield as you would running your own gateway, but you're also not having to put up the cost of running infrastructure. So take the pluses and minuses as you see fit.
Sweet. If you got any more questions?
When central banks use Overledger, will governments be holding QNT? And how will the QNT token capture the value of CBDCs? So in this sense, it almost has to do with like a Ripple style utility provision, because this is a layer 2. It's like it's an overlay network, which allows to and from multiple DLTs and different gateways. Governments need to hold QNT, or need to at least lock up QNT. I think Quant might be managing it for them. Not sure, because it depends on the regulatory sphere and how they deal with tokens. But at the very least, for a license, they need to lock up QNT in order to even use the platform. And I think there's a certain rate as well where they need to lock up QNT, or there's some kind of plan. At whatever scale they need to, you can subscribe and use Overledger, the central Overledger node maintained by the Quant network. Otherwise, if they need to pay for resources in the Quant Overledger community, that's going to be more like something like Ethereum. So I would say, and also, yeah, Dr. Fielder, it was great to have you on, and we always like to hear from you. So thank
Absolutely.
you for.
Cool. So
Cool. It's my pleasure.
Sweet.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I think if we don't have much, if no one's got any more questions, we might, I don't know, wrap up for this week. What do you reckon, Ghost?
Yeah. We could review EBSI and the LAC chain, but otherwise, I think we're pretty. We did a pretty comprehensive overview,
Yeah.
But let's wrap this thing up. Wonderful to have you all on. We look forward to the next time everyone joins. It's been fun, and this is wrapping up the 3rd Quamfy Roundtable.
Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Take it easy. Hopefully, we'll make it a bit more smoother and streamlined next time we get into it. We had a bit, not really kinks, but we were just getting everything set up today and getting used to it and stuff like that. But next time we'll make sure it's all good to go and stuff like that. Alrighty, take it easy. See you.
Yes.